Hello everyone, it's coming to that time of year again where we're thinking about transferring our students in the Sunshine Classics administration system into their new classes for 2019. We have 3 options for you and we would like to simplify this process so it's as easy as possible. The first option I'm going to give you is the school admin option. Make sure you select school admin in the login page and enter your school admin login. If you don't know what your school admin login is, please get in contact with us and we will give you the login so that you can complete your rollover. Once you're signed in as admin, you can see all of the classrooms and all of the teachers and all of the students in the whole school by clicking on Load Class for each student. Now, the first option for rollovers has been using the CSV file option. There are some schools that have done it very well, but it is overly complicated. If you are a school that's used the CSV file option for their annual rollover in the past and you've done this successfully, then please continue to use this option. However, we'd like to give you 2 other ways to do the rollover that doesn't involve the CSV file that are very, very quick and simple. It's a manual process. We do this by selecting our classroom by clicking on the box next to the classroom and we load the class. Here are the students remaining in room 2. We will transfer the students that we know are moving to another class. We're selecting all the level 1 students. We go down to the bottom taskbar here and select transfer students. We then select the class from the drop down box to place them in their class for next year, and then we click submit. We have a remaining student to transfer, same process, click the student, transfer students, and select his class, and click submit. And that classroom is done. Select admin home to then select your next classroom, load the class, and repeat that process. Back to admin home, and you repeat the process for all of the students moving through all of the classrooms. All of the changes that we make will automatically be saved on your CSV file anyway. Now, if you have a student that is leaving the school, while you're in the process of transferring students and you know the student is leaving the school, select delete students. It will ask if you want to permanently delete that student. Select yes, and the student will be deleted. Now, if you have a new student coming in to room 2, simply add student, enter the student's name, enter a username and password, and click submit. And the student has been added to room 2. Back up to admin home to complete the process for the rest of the school. So we know how to load the class. We know how to transfer students by selecting them, clicking transfer. We know how to delete a student by clicking students, delete, and we know how to add new students. Click on admin home to go back and load another classroom to repeat the process. Very simple. One person is doing it for the whole school. If you want to move teachers and classes around, this is done in the admin account only. This can be easily achieved by selecting the class and then selecting Edit Class. This gives you the opportunity to change the teacher for room 6 by clicking on the drop-down panel and selecting the teacher you will be moving into room 6 and then clicking Submit. Once this is done, you will see that room 10 still has Melanie as the teacher. You will need to select this class also and add the new teacher for room 10, the same method. If you have a school of 400 to say 800 students, this can be a big task for the school admin to do, transferring all of these students into their new classes. We would suggest that the teachers could be responsible for transferring their own students into their new classes for 2019. Now, if a teacher had 25 to 30 students in her classroom, this could easily be achieved in under 5 minutes. Let's have a look at how this process works. We would log in as your teacher login, as you normally do, to access your classroom by entering your username and password and sign in. Load your classroom, and here is your classroom ready to transfer the students. Different from admin, we can only select one student at a time. By selecting the checkbox next to the student's name, we move down to Edit Transfer Student. This is how we transfer our students into the next classroom. But while we're here, we can make some important changes. We can make sure that their reading level is correct before the transfer, and we can remove them from the group so they go to the new classroom without being allocated their old reading group. We then select the teacher or the classroom that they're moving to next year, and we click Submit. We've tidied up and edited the student, and we've transferred them into the new classroom in just a few seconds. And we repeat this process and then select the classroom from the drop-down box and click Submit. If you have a student leaving the school, it's a very similar process. Select the student, into Edit Transfer Student, and we select the Delete option under the Submit button, and then yes, we wish to permanently delete that student. So by selecting your student and Edit Transfer Student, we can edit the student and transfer them all in one go, and delete the student if they're a student leaving the school. So everything is done with an Edit Transfer Student. Click back on your room. If you have a new student coming into the school, this is how you add them into your classroom. We can choose to select a reading level and add them to a reading group, and then click Submit. We will then see that new student added into the classroom. So we repeat this process one by selecting Edit Transfer Student, Edit, Transfer or Delete, and how to add a new student. If teachers take responsibility for the transfer of their own students into the new classes, it's a very simple and quick process. If you choose to use this manual teacher method, I would suggest that you decide on a particular day within your school and then just advise all your teachers to get it done. When you do this, don't be surprised if you open your class and see 30 new students there. It would just mean that the previous teacher has moved them on for you for the new year, and to serve to remind you that you need to do the same, transfer your children out into their new classes for 2019. So there it is. There's your 3 options for transferring your students for 2019. We've simplified the process and made it as easy as possible for you. However, if you're still having issues and you require some assistance, I'm more than happy to help you. Please get in contact with me directly. You can come into contact with me via the Pi Foundation webpage. Click on contact. The email is admin@pifoundation.nz. My direct dial is Auckland 09526 3417.